a mound in Krakow, and a summit in Australia, memorialised Kosciuszko. Both are earthen, neither is bronze or marble. Serpentine tracks lead to each summit. Paul Edmund Strzelecki made the namesakes. He did so because as a young lad, he had visited the Kosciuszko Mound in Krakow, Poland. In his climb of Australia's highest mountain, he saw its similarity to the Krakow Mound, being in a land of liberty, where liberty was cherished, and where the Tadeusz Kosciuszko was already a symbol of liberty, equality, honour and a friend of humanity around the world. He named Australia's highest summit Kosciuszko. Professor Rockos thanks his family ancestors for giving him a boyhood hero like Tadeusz Kosciuszko to look up to. Growing up, Kosciuszko was a big part of my family life. My father was born in 1894, the 100-year anniversary of the Kosciuszko insurrection. This centenary was celebrated throughout Poland, especially in the Galicia, Krakow, and Lwów regions. My grandfather possessed an alabaster bust of Kosciuszko, carved by Stanisław Wyspiański. In my home there were many such Kosciuszko artifacts, images and texts, that were passed from one generation to the next. It aroused my interest in Kosciuszko. The professor, his wife Anna, and Mound director Leszek Sipilowski, all experienced mountaineers and skiers, came to Australia in winter for the challenge of being the few who climb Mt Kosciuszko in freezing conditions.
So our Polish expedition with our wonderful friends from Poland, the weather was not that different. We had what we call whiteout conditions, strong winds gusting to 74 plus kilometers per hour. It was difficult. The equipment would have not survived the day, and I was very...
On Monday, the 24th of July, with the assistance of guides Acacia Rose and Jeffrey Becker of K7 Adventures, all delegates overcame an Arctic blizzard to reach the summit of Mount Kosciuszko and returned safely. To catch the last threadboat chairlift of the day, Leszek asked Acacia how many people climb Mount Kosciuszko in winter. Acacia replied that when the conditions are good, almost no one. In blizzard conditions, nobody.
The equipment would have not survived the day, and I was very grateful that our cameraman decided to retreat early, as did Felix, because we would have been in a situation of carefully trying to manage people to get to the summit and back in very, very extreme conditions. So we met in Thredbo around 9 o'clock, 8:30. So the trip goes well, we have several stops. We make sure everyone drinks. Anya was feeding Professor some chocolate. And finally, we make it to Rawson's Pass at the base of the mountain. The magnetics. Jeff and my compasses are both swinging and not showing a true direction to the summit. And we know that about 100 million years ago, the Kosciuszko uplift took place, and it's a highly magnetized mountain range. We both realize that we're swinging too far to the right because of the magnets in the compass are not true. We stop, we reconnect with our true direction to the summit, and Jeff leads us handheld GPS and takes us bang on to the top of the mountain.
Guide Jeffrey Becker was the hero of the day, successfully leading the way to the Kosciuszko summit. Using his GPS, Anna and Leszek concluded that in these conditions, their dream of skiing, filming, and photographing their trek was almost impossible.
We make it to the summit, and a magnificent sight to see our good professor on the summit by himself, under his own steam, in the company of Anya and Les. So that is a time for celebration.
Professor Rockos, his wife Anna, and Mound director Leszek Sipilowski said, Our tour was a big success, getting through an Arctic blizzard to reach and return from the Kosciuszko summit in a single day was a real challenge, thanks to the goodwill of Kosciuszko Heritage volunteers from Australia.